By the end of this video, you'll be able to start incorporating small daily habits and routines that'll help you look and feel better. Hey friends! Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Marielle and I'm so glad you're here. Today I'm sharing something that I think a lot of new moms or recent moms are going to relate to, and that is my postpartum glow-up journey. Now when I say glow up, I don't mean perfection or bouncing back overnight. For me, it's trying to find little ways to feel a little bit better and feel good again. In my body, in my mind, and in my daily routine, while still living real mom life. If you've been wanting to feel confident and more like yourself again after a baby, this one's for you. Let's dive right in. Postpartum can be such a challenging time. Going through pregnancy for several months, going through all the changes in our bodies, our hormones, everything that's going on in our mental state as well, going through labor and pushing that baby out, and then once that baby is out, going through the postpartum stage, the newborn stage, having to readjust everything, having new routines and a new person to take care of while still recovering yourself. It can be tough. Most moms just find it so difficult to be able to take care of themselves because there's just a lot of things going on. During the newborn stage, we were in survival mode. We were just doing the bare minimum to be able to survive another day and mainly focusing on the kids. I did give myself grace, knowing that this period is fleeting, and that in a little bit more time, in a few more months, I'll be able to get through a new routine and get into the groove of things, because I knew that this was just temporary. After 6 months is when things started getting lighter, and it felt like things were getting much more manageable and we were settling into a new routine. It's actually then when I started to slowly incorporate small daily habits that help me feel good and look better as well. I started working out more regularly. I started getting back into fashion and thinking about things that would complement my new body and the changing body shape that I was having at a time. I started taking care of myself more, taking care of my hair because it's really suffered the brunt of postpartum hair loss, and just trying to do things for myself to really take care of myself, take care of my mental health, take care of getting back to the swing of things, and meal prepping, meal planning, trying to make healthy options for us, and also doing fun things for myself and things that I used to do before baby was born, and then I started getting into it 6 months later. My mindset about self-care and confidence has changed since becoming a mom, because I do have much less time to do those things for myself, but I also have more reason, or I feel like I have more reason to actually take care of myself. For me, it's important that I'm feeling good so that I can be able to show up as the best version of myself. Now that I'm a mom, especially after my second baby, I feel actually much more confident because I was able to do hard things, and this is proof that I can do basically whatever I want to, whatever I set my mind to. Having gone through challenging times like pregnancy and then labor and delivery, postpartum has confirmed to me that I'm such a strong person, and that if I'm strong enough to go through these difficult times and those difficult transitions, that I'm capable of anything and that there's nothing that I can't do. Glow up to me means becoming the best version of myself. So to me, glow up doesn't mean just looking good, although it's also a part of that. It's also feeling good in your own skin and feeling like yourself again, feeling like a better version of yourself. When we look good, it helps with our self-esteem, definitely. But it's not just about that, it's also about feeling more confident in myself and my capabilities, in how I'm presenting myself and how I'm showing up in my life. I actually keep my skincare and my makeup very simple, and I'm having the best skin of my life. When I was a teenager, I used to have a lot of pimples, acne, and skin problems, and now is actually the best that my skin has ever looked, and I'm so grateful for that. But my skincare and my makeup regimen has never been simpler until now. So basically for my skincare, I start with a cleanser. I just cleanse my face at night, and then I apply toner. After toner, I use a moisturizer. And at times when I feel like my skin needs a little bit more, then I add also a serum before the moisturizer. And also I put an eye cream, and that's basically it. In the morning, I actually don't cleanse my face. I just directly go to moisturizer and eye cream and then sunscreen, and that's basically it. For my makeup, I also do a makeup routine that's super simple. It's actually less than 5 minutes to do. I just put some concealer on to look a little bit more awake and presentable, and then make sure that my lips and my eyebrows are done. So recently I've actually been doing like dye eyebrows, so it's supposed to stay for a few days in your eyebrows. So there are days when I don't even need to do my eyebrows, which is amazing. So yeah, that's basically all I do for makeup. When I feel like I want to be a little bit more fancy, a little bit more put together, and I put a little bit more. But on a daily, that's all I really do. And my skin has been thanking me for it because I don't block my pores with so much product, and my skin can breathe, and I feel like that's one of the reasons why my skin has been doing so much better. Making sure to do skincare in the morning and at night is key, and moisturizing is super important, especially when it's cold outside, like in the winter, and when it's dry outside. And also sunscreen. Don't forget sunscreen every single day, people, even if it's not so sunny outside, even if it's gloomy or snowing or whatever. Every day, put your sunscreen on. So I suffered from postpartum hair loss. It started 4 months postpartum, and it's gotten so much better now, but I still have quite some strands falling 1 year out, and I think it's just part of the fluctuating hormones, honestly. I'm still breastfeeding as well. I'm only breastfeeding in the morning and at night these days for the most part, so that's also fluctuating my hormones, I think, and that's why maybe it can have an effect on my hair as well. I'm not really sure. And I've also recently cut my hair, as you can see, and I feel like it really helps for not just maintenance, but also for my baby pulling on my hair, because she's obsessed with hair, and she loves my hair in particular, and she just loves pulling on my hair. And now that I have shorter hair, it's more difficult for her to reach and to just pull on, so I think it also helps with it as well. Dealing with it can be a little bit concerning. There was some point when I was like, is this still okay, because there's a lot of hair coming out. I did some research, I looked into what things I can do, so I just really made sure that I'm taking care of my hair, treating my scalp, and doing hair masks often, and just doing whatever I can to try to help it, and also making sure that I'm trying to avoid heat on my hair as much as I can. So the body changes have been so wild, because when we're pregnant, then we get bigger, and then afterwards when we deliver that baby, then we shrink back slowly again postpartum. So the transformations are quite huge. At 1 year postpartum, I'm pretty happy about how my body looks and how it's been able to help me through the whole journey, through pregnancy and then postpartum. I'm so grateful for my body and everything that it's been able to do for me. It's just so amazing. I have a newfound respect for my body, and I can really say now that I may not have the perfect body, but I really have like a newfound love for my body now that I'm a mom, because of all the things that it's been able to do for me. So now what I'm focusing on is really re-strengthening my glutes, tightening my core, and also just getting my daily steps in and trying to eat healthy and balanced meals. My goal ideally is to exercise 3 times a week, so I try to do that most of the time in the morning so that I don't have any excuse not to do it, and it's just easy because then I don't forget later during the day when everything else happens. It's much easier to do it always at the same time if you can, and to establish that habit, so that it'll be much easier for you to be consistent with that routine. With 2 little kids, my day is also pretty active. It's so easy to be active with 2 littles because I'm constantly carrying my baby who is having separation anxiety at the moment, and my toddler who just wants to jump and play and go to playgrounds and stuff like that, so I'm very active with them. So I think active wise, it's not really a problem. I get my steps in. I try to get my 10K, but usually I have realistically speaking, between 5 to 10k every day, which I think is pretty decent. But I actually have a video diving deeper into postpartum fitness, and I'm going to link it right here if you're interested, and go check it out. I talk there more about my postpartum journey and my fitness postpartum. As for my workouts, I love doing yoga and Pilates because I feel like stretching is so good for the body, especially for us who are moms, who are constantly bending over breastfeeding or bending over to pick up the baby and stuff like that. You can easily get back pains or shoulder or neck pains, and it's just nice to be able to stretch those muscles so that they don't feel so tight and so can retain their flexibility. I feel like yoga and Pilates also helps like with certain poses that you have to do to re-strengthen the body, and in a gentle way that's not very like intense. And I have some go-to meals and snacks that are not only healthy but also delicious. To be honest, I cannot eat anything that's not delicious for me because I just love eating. I just love food, and if it's not yummy, I'm not going to consume it no matter how great it is or how healthy it is. So I try to find things that I actually enjoy and that I actually find yummy. So I've been on Pinterest, I've been on social media looking for a lot of different kinds of recipes, and I love cooking and baking things, so that really helps me to find stuff that are healthy and balanced that I still enjoy as well. And I just make it for myself if I can't find it. But for instance, overnight oats is one of my staples. Overnight oats with just fruits, or oatmeal with fruits and chia seeds and a lot of different kinds of toppings, and muesli that I made, like my homemade granola. I love eating that in the morning, or also whole wheat bread with peanut butter on it, with some bananas and sometimes with chocolate. I've been having that as well in the mornings, and I love those. So I always have my staples that I go to because it's easier for me to just keep that in mind when I'm preparing my food. It's less hassle, and I know that I like those food. For lunch and dinner, I love making pastas, different kinds of pastas with veggies and with nice sauces and protein as well. Or maybe sometimes I also make a plate of rice with protein and with veggies, and that's my meal. So that's mostly like the kinds that I make. I also sometimes do other things, but for the most part, those are the things that I prepare for myself and my family. I try to meal plan and prep as much as I can as well, because I find that it helps me to be able to get it all in one go. So batch cooking really helps me to be able to just cook a whole batch all in one go, and then I don't need to think about cooking for a few more days instead of cooking every single day. I prefer doing like a big batch of food and then storing them in the freezer or in the fridge to eat for another day. So I feel like I get more bang for my buck, basically. Less effort, less time for more results. That's always what I try to achieve. I also have another video on meal planning and meal prepping that I can link right here if you're interested in that as well. I go through more of the tips that I have for meal prepping and meal planning. That is something that I've been doing for literally years before my toddler was even born, and I've stuck to it, and I've refined some things through trial and error. So I have a lot of tips and hacks and stuff like that that I share in that video. So check it out if you're interested in meal planning and meal prepping. I'm so glad that baggy clothes are a thing now because it's just so comfortable. However, because I'm a petite, I need to take that into consideration sometimes, because I don't want to look like a toddler trying out her mom's clothes. So I need to try to make sure that it's balanced and it looks good on me still, because if I do it too baggy, then I look a little bit funny. I have some outfit uniforms, some like formulas that I follow that make it easy for me to dress every single day so that I don't have to think about it too much. I also make sure to always buy around the same kinds of colors so that it's easy to mix and match my wardrobe staples and my pieces together. I follow a lot of influencers online who do focus on fashion, and I also look on Pinterest a lot for inspiration when I'm feeling stuck, or on social media as well for inspiration. And I also love including like pops of colors in maybe my shoes or maybe my jewelry. Like now I have this on my earrings, are just so colorful. It just makes me happy and I love doing that because it just cheers me up and gives me in a good mood when I see it. Listening to music, yoga, reading, journaling have helped me to feel more at peace. I feel like yoga is pretty therapeutic for me because I'm able to move my body, but I'm also so focused on the movement and how it feels on my body that I am able to let things go and not think about other things that I'm maybe stressing about or worried about. Talking to loved ones also helps me a lot because I'm the kind of person who I love talking my problems out, venting, and just releasing the tension from my body, from my mind. Speaking to someone about it, bouncing ideas off of someone when I'm worried or when I'm unsure or when there's just something that's like in my head. I love being able to talk to people about it, so talking to my loved ones helps me to cope when I'm feeling a little bit stressed or anxious. Practicing gratitude and mindfulness help me as well to keep myself grounded and also keep me in a positive headspace. I've gotten into listening to audiobooks since I don't have as much time to sit down and read a book anymore, and I just love reading books. They just help me to drift off somewhere else and have my mind in something else aside from the things that I'm currently having to deal with or currently having to do. So for instance, when I'm doing chores and stuff, I love putting my earphones on and listen to an audiobook or just anything that I don't particularly enjoy, like folding laundry or unloading or loading the dishwasher, stuff like that. And I feel like I am still able to do something fun for myself, and it makes time go by much quicker when I'm doing that. So it's just a relaxing thing that is fun for me that I do pretty much every day. Ever since I found out that my library basically gives us two free books that we can listen to, I think every month or every 6 weeks, I've been taking advantage of that, and I've been borrowing books there non-stop, and I've read so many books ever since, or yeah, listened to so many books ever since I found out, and it's been so great because it's just free. And yeah, it's just been helping me to feel entertained and still a little bit relaxed when I need to do other things. Taking naps when needed have also been so helpful for me, especially during those first few months when I just didn't have much sleep, when my sleep was interrupted. It was so helpful for me to kind of relax and just get caught up on sleep or rest when I need to, and it helps me to just get through the rest of the day and help to boost my energy again, to re-energize myself again. For my self-care routine that I'm currently doing, I just make sure that I do my morning and nighttime routine, that I make sure to take a few minutes for that. I make sure that I'm hydrating and drinking enough water every single day, and getting my movement, my steps in, having my exercise 2 or 3 times a week ideally, eating balanced meals, and also trying to find things to look forward to and doing small things that I enjoy daily. I keep this routine sustainable by not keeping a rigid schedule of things. I just have kind of a flexible routine that I follow every day, every week, and that helps me to stay consistent with this, and then I just adjust it according to what I need at the time. Remember that it's never too late to start, and you'll feel so much better when you do. When you take care of yourself, you'll be able to show up so much better in your daily life and become the best version of yourself and be a good role model for your kids too. And that's my postpartum glow up journey. I hope that this gave you some encouragement and some ideas for simple ways to feel your best, because you deserve it. Remember, it's not about doing things perfectly, it's all about progress, self-love, and finding what works for you. If this video encouraged you, please feel free to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and follow me on Instagram at beanshome.yt. And I wish you a great rest of the week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!